Hi, I'm Dan, and I like to draw. So my idea here was to just start free drawing and come up with something as I went. The first thing I started to think about was Paris. So I wanted to do something that worked with the concept of overgrown. So I thought about like post-apocalyptic or maybe just weird alternate version of Paris where trees had overgrown everything. So this got super weird super quick. Decided to throw a couple aliens in there and using a super thin micron pen to really work on the details of the plants and starting to work on the shading now. My light source is supposedly coming from the upper right. Typically I would do an underdrawing, especially for anything this complex, but I feel like I don't ever finish these anyway, so I wanted to work on my sketching with ink directly onto the paper, and it's kind of somewhat of a free drawing, even though there is a prompt involved. That's how that one came out. It came out crazy. I don't know where that bird came from. So I decided to do a more normal illustration. Actually looked at the internet for some visual prompts, some reference imagery, and decided to do a concept of a truck that had been abandoned in a field and grass and vines had grown all over it. So here goes that one. Both of these illustrations are sped up. I don't draw this fast, especially the last one. I spent a ton of time on the last one. And there was it was still definitely a sketch after after an hour plus, almost 2 hours, I think, on the last one. This one I did within 15 minutes. Previous illustration, I used 3 different brushes, 3 different pens on the illustration. This one I only used 1 pen, and I really wanted to focus on my pen work and just varying the use of the brush pen to achieve different natural forms with the hatching. You can really start to see the trucks merge as add in the headlights and the grill work. Typically do not draw in this fashion. I would typically do an underdrawing, but I've seen a couple of people recently that do this fantastically well and wanted to give it a go, so I thought this was no better time than now to do it. So here you go. Obviously looking back on any piece of art that you complete, there's things that you would change or do differently, but this is really as much an exercise in perfecting my technique as it is in creating high quality composition. So completed, it came out like this. Pretty happy with it. Obviously looking at any piece of art that you do, there's things you would change, but thanks for watching, and let me know in the comments which one of those illustrations you like better, the crazy cityscape or the truck, and I will use it in another video where I take it into Photoshop and turn it into a finished illustration from that initial sketch. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.